Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Tom Wilson Racing YouTube channel. Very late one this evening. Looking ahead to today's action now. It is early hours of Saturday morning. Uh, Covering some races from Sandown, Musselburgh, and of course Leopardstown, the first day of the Dublin Racing Festival. Since we're late on, not going to waste too much time. I want to jump straight in and look at tomorrow's racing. We're going to kick off things at Sandown, where we're going to go to the 125, which is a Class 3 novices handicap hurdle over 2 miles and 4 furlongs. Looking at the RPRs achieved with these over hurdles so far, you would have to concur that Jinko Blue of Nicky Henderson's is the standard setter here, but in reality, this looks a much deeper race than the bare figures would suggest, with £3 covering the top five in the market on the best RPRs over hurdles. Earlier on in the week, when I first looked at this race, I thought 135 not out was overpriced. He has been brought in from 6-1 at one time into 11-4 at the time of recording. He's the one that I'm going to be siding with. I'd be quite keen to take on Jingo Blue. He may have won at Newbury last time out on his second start over hurdles, beating a 129 rated Massicino, a 125 rated Amayandi, but he only won by a nose with hardly a convincing winner, really. Also worth noting, they were receiving £6 from both of those previously mentioned horses. Not blown away by the strength of his second place finish at Warwick back in November on his hurdles debut either, when he was reasonably well beaten by the Ben Paul and trained Personal Ambition. Yes, Personal Ambition has won since, but this was at a level below this contest today. And he was well held in graded company the time before that. None of the horses in behind the top two have won since either. Moving on to the selection 135, not out. I can see him really stepping up here for the step back up in trip. I know he was pulled up on his hurdles debut over this trip at Chepstow in late October, but I think that was potentially down to a bit of ring rust having not been seen on the racecourse since October 2021. He finished second on his second attempt over hurdles at Wincanton in mid-December. He ran green throughout once again, but he did stay on well. I think had not been for a slight mishap at the last hurdle, he might have got a bit closer than the length deficit that day. The winner, Lump Sum, is now rated 130, so well ahead of this field. And a run to that length defeat of this 130 rated horse should be enough to go close here. Also worth mentioning that Lump Sum has beaten only a length behind long-time Supreme Novice hurdle favourite Jericho de Repene at Donny in graded company last week. 135 not out was beaten a neck on his most recent start over hurdles, which came at Kempton on Boxing Day. Again, he stayed really strongly that day, suggesting a step up from 2 miles will be well suited. Not only does his racecourse runs point towards a step up in trip being a positive, but so does his pedigree after Milan. The likes of Jaziki, Santini, Bruno Paston, Monferrato are also out of that side and appreciate the step up in drifting fast. He's the one that I'll be siding with 11-4 best price around, so that's the one that we'll go with at the minute. Skipping the 2 o'clock and moving on to the 2:35. Again, the market sort of rectified itself here. Hermes Allen has been well backed in now, even money. I still think he's a fair price at even money. Excuse me. Up there with the best of these over hurdle, sharing a rating of 148. Well, actually, now that Corbett's Cross has come out, he was the highest rated horse over hurdles at 148. On Racing Post ratings, he's achieved the most out of all these so far by some distance as well. Won the Grade 2 Berkshire Novices Chase, and he made an effort over fences, which takes some doing going into graded company at the first time of asking over fences. Was a Grade 1 winner over hurdles, having won the Shallow Novices hurdle, was a well regarded hurdler as well. He went off favourite for the Ballymore, so he should have far too much class for these. Lost little in defeat when finishing second at Kempton on Boxing Day in Grade 1 Quarto Star. The winner, LA Francais, looks an absolute freak. That being said, the step back down to 2 mile 4 furlongs looks a positive move, in my opinion. And Paul Nicholls' horses are running 24% strike rate. I think even money looks value if you ask me. They're my two selections from Sandown, so both not Nicholls horses. What we're going to do is we're going to just jump across to Musselburgh now for the 140, which is the Bet 365 Road and Novices Limited Handicap Chase, a Class 3. There would be no more poignant winner than this than Monbardal with connections of Bryony Frostek in the eye for Paul Nicholls. But things haven't really clicked over the fences so far for Monbardal. That being said, despite not winning on any of his four starts over the fences, there's been some positives. And when you look at the horses that he's bumped into so far over the fences, he really does set the standard. He finished second, so they're now 170 rated John Bond, who has won four Grade 1s over the fences since on his chase debut at Warwick back in November 2022. He finished second to the now rated 162 the Real Whacker on his second start over the fences when stepping up in graded company at Cheltenham 12 months ago. The Real Whacker has since won a Grade 1 over fences of the novice and has been really competitive at open company this season as well, having finished second in the Cotswold Chase last weekend. They all finished fourth, albeit a well-beaten fourth, at Sandown in February last year when coming in behind the subsequent dual Grade 1 winner Jerry Colomb and Barco Coastal, who also won in listed company. There's nothing of that standard here. He made his reappearance in the December Gold Cup at Cheltenham, which is a tall order for horses making the seasonal reappearance. He's finishing, I think, the seventh length. That's of 7 lengths that day. Actually, he's better than the bare form would suggest. If you firstly consider he was making his reappearance run, as mentioned, but also that the first two home Fugitive and Il Ridotto finished 9 lengths clear of third. Ferrero, Bamboo, and Monmorel was only beaten 15 lengths in the end, so he was only beaten 6 lengths into third, really. If you look at his best run over fences, according to the figures, when he ran to an RPR of 153 at Cheltenham in January last year, 2 years ago, the field would have to find around £8 with him. I think 5 to 2 is a cracking price about Monbardal, to be honest with you. And then we're going to skip ahead to the Class 2 Scottish County Handicap Hurdle over the 1 mile 7 furlongs. Again, sticking with Paul Nicholls here. Affadil is the one that I'm going to go with. I think he looks relatively well handicapped, if I'm honest with you. Given his current form, I think the booking of given his current form riding at a 40% strike rate, the booking of conditional jockey Freddie Gingell looks a really positive move. He takes £5 off Affadil tomorrow, effectively putting him in off a mark of 119. That mark of 119 effectively leaves him £4 well in with his encouraging 8th in the Boodles at last year's Cheltenham Festival, £2 well in with his second stablemate Blue Din Carew, who has since won a Grade 2 contest, £3 well in with his win at Ayr in the spring, £8 well in with his credible third at Taunton in November, and £6 well in with his third here on New Year's Day. He's only a young horse, age 5, and I would say there's plenty of room for further progression. You can get 11 to 2 about this horse with 4 places available across the marketplace. That's the way that I'll be playing it. So then that's it for Musselburgh, my 2 selections from Musselburgh. And we are now going to jump ahead to Leopardstown. We're going to start with the 120 of the Grade 1 Nathaniel Lacey Partners Solicitors Novice Hurdle over 2 miles 6 furlongs. Again, similarly, sort of missed the price one going up with this one, but Jatara was a lot bigger earlier on in the week. It has been nibbled in now. On Racing Post ratings, Jatara is the one to beat here, having posted a clear best 144 here at Leopardstown when winning at Christmas, showing out a very convincing 7-length winner that day when beating the well-regarded Pink in the Park. She's plenty of experience over hurdles as well. This will be a 9th start over obstacles. It's just some really nice back form as well. She's beaten a length by the highly promising Lily de Burleys at Navan in a bumper last November, beating only 4 lengths in behind High Definition here last Boxing Day when finishing second, beating only a length by the subsequent Grade 1 and Grade 2 winner Ashrow Diamond as well. Whereas with the others here, namely the current market favourite Predator Gold, having questions to answer surrounding the trip, Jerita is already proven over this trip, having stayed on strongly over 2 mile 4 furlongs out of Walk in the Park. You'd expect this mare to further appreciate the step up in trip. Skipping on now to the 150, the Grade 1 Spring Juvenile Hurdle. You can see I've narrowed it down to three. Of the short list that I've got here, I think you'd have to side with Interello, who has been nibbled in now. Carlo Conti was the favourite of the three, but he's drifted right out. Um, Granted, Carlo Conti sets the standard of the three shortlisted, having achieved the best RPR of 125 across the three. But he has far more experience and more opportunities to therefore achieve this rating. Looking at the first efforts over hurdles, Carlo Conti ran to an RPR of 110 when winning in France, whereas Intello achieved an RPR of 123 on his hurdles debut when winning over course and distance. You'd have to therefore expect Intello will progress with that run, and the fact that he's already run to a close mark of Carl Conti suggests that he could pass the Gordon Elliott horse. Joseph O'Brien has been running to a good standard over the last 2 weeks with a stride rate of 33%, and he has previous in this race, with Sir Eric winning the 29 renewal and 2019 renewal, should I say, and A Wave of the Sea winning the 2022 renewal. Let's have a quick look. Now, we're deliberating whether to put this up or not, but I think Vassal Vega's a better 5-1, to be honest with you. Ran to an RPR of 155, which is only £1 behind Marine National on his chase debut. The Mullin stable seemed confident that they know what was wrong with the horse at Christmas. Its previous course winner, I just think 5-1's far too big. Marine National may well go up and absolutely bomb up in this, absolute bolt up. But I can't ignore 5-1 about Facile Vega there. That's massive price, to be honest with you. So I'll be taking 5-1. That concludes tonight's video. Quick, short one looking ahead. I'll be back tomorrow night with a look to the second day of the Dublin Racing Festival. But until then, gamble responsibly. Best of luck. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and as always, follow me on X at RacingTJW. Cheers.